All right, so we're gonna talk today a little bit about the types of water heaters you can use, and we're also gonna do a temperature test to see how long we can take a hot shower using the Infinity shower system on a 4-gallon Bosch water heater. Bosch water heaters are very economical, very common in van life, very common in RVs, and there's some limitations though. 4-gallon water heater is very small. A traditional shower using 4 gallons of water would only last you like 2 minutes before you used all 4 gallons of water. So we're hoping that today we can get a longer shower than 2 minutes before running out of hot water, and I think we will get a lot longer. The other types of water heaters our system works with is like a hydronic heating system. The premium is going to be hydronic heating. Middle of the line is going to be our tanked water heater. But the downside to the tanked is it's going to use a lot of electricity. But if you have a robust battery system and an alternator charging in a van, it should work just fine. The hydronic heating system, like I said, is expensive, difficult to install, and not friendly for DIY. But the benefit is it's going to use very little energy because it's going to actually use the fuel source of your van or RV. So whether that's diesel or gasoline, and it's very efficient on fuel. Today though, we're just going to talk about the 4-gallon Bosch water heater. I also have a pretty cool little camera here, and I think you can tell it is a heat gun. So it's going to tell us the temperatures that you can see. The red is going to be obviously the hotter areas, blue is colder. And then a really important part to note is right up in here where it says max and min. That's what we're going to be telling the maximum temperature. So let's do a test here. I'm gonna start the test and then I'm gonna grab the camera and we can look at this live stream as time goes on. All right, so we are gonna do the test now, and we're gonna see how long we can maintain a comfortable shower temperature above 100 degrees. I usually like to take a shower around 105 degrees, but 100 still feels really great. So, all right, first thing first, turn on the water. Then I'm going to hit start on the timer here, and we're gonna hit recirculate. And we can see the heat of the water coming out of the shower head here. In just a second, this outer ring is gonna turn off. That'll happen when a little bit less than a gallon of water is added to the system, and then we're in full recirculation mode. So first things first, I'm getting about 115 degrees. I'll bring you guys a little closer so you can see. See that? It's 115. So that's a little too hot. I'm gonna bring the temperature down a little bit. So now we're still at around 110. Pretty hot. There we go. It's around 105, 106, a comfortable temperature. Cool. And then looking at our shower drain here, this drain water is around 103. And that's really cool because when the drain starts to get warm, you're really only having to heat the water a few degrees in this loop. And man, you can really see that, that heat. All right, so we are about 2 minutes into the shower. Just to kind of go over here, you have the core unit, you got your micron filter, which is that one there, your UV sterilizer. So the micron filter, I like to say, gets everything that you can see. This would be like lint, any fine sand particles, any bit of grime, and then the UV sterilizer is gonna kill everything, including bacteria. And then we have our Bosch 4-gallon water heater here. And then right here you can see, this is just a demonstration unit here, but we are putting out 91 watts of power, which is not very much at all. Let's toggle through the units here. We're using 7 amps of power. I'm actually gonna turn off the charger here. And there you can see we're using about 6 to 7 amps of power. You know, with this small battery, we could run this for 24 hours. All right, so about 90 watts. Okay, so we're still heating up here. Let's see what temperature we're dealing with. Okay, so we dropped down to around 97 out of the shower head. I'm gonna go ahead and, I had it on almost all the way cold, so gonna change that up. Oh, and just like that, we're back at 107. So we'll leave it there. Shower pan's getting nice and toasty, and we are about 4 minutes into the shower. All right, so we're 5 minutes in, and we're getting about 107 out of the shower head. Okay guys, so I just wanted to reiterate that we added 1 gallon of water to the shower, and we are reheating this water continually. It's continually going through our UV filter, our micron filter, through the through the heater, and we're heating it with this small 4-gallon Bosch water heater. It's only 4 gallons, and the beauty is we got about 107 degree water coming out, 103 going down the drain, and we're only having to heat it about 4 degrees with each pass. It goes through the filters and the heaters every 30 seconds. Okay, so we're approaching 9 minutes. I have been turning it a little bit hotter as we go because we are starting to deplete, or we're starting to use a little more of the hot water, obviously. So now I'll show you. Now we are turned, we're still in the cold area, but we're not quite getting, but we weren't as cold as we were before. And on here, we're getting 104, 105. So I'll turn this up. I'm just gonna show you how much heat this unit can provide. Here we go, full heat here. Yep, so we're at 110, but that's a little too hot for me, so I'm gonna go halfway here. Great, right at about 105. One other thing I want to mention that can allow you to conserve heat even more is if you had an enclosure around this, like a full enclosure with this roof and a shower wall, you would actually be heating that air up in the shower, creating a real steamy shower. I mean, our system is almost like a steam room, but when that happens, you actually lose even less heat to the surroundings. So in this open air environment, you are gonna lose more heat, and honestly, the colder it is, obviously the more heat you're gonna lose. But we've been performing really well, and but it can do even better in an enclosed environment. So right now, we're seeing around 103 out of the shower head. We are 15 minutes in. 103 is still a beautifully warm shower. We are gonna start slowly trending down below 100. So I'm gonna keep it going until we get to below 100, and then we can do a quick recap. It's still going. I honestly think that, you know, the water heater is taking energy right now to heat up. I'd be curious, if we were in an enclosed shower, we might be able to go forever. I've never done a test like that. I've never really needed a shower more than 15 minutes. But hey, you definitely could if it was enclosed. We'll have to do another test. Yeah, guys, I think this is going to be a wrap for us. We've been at it for 30 minutes and 45 seconds now. The temperature's still maintaining at 102, which is really impressive for a 30-minute shower. And then the other thing to note is we only used 1 gallon. We've had a very long shower, a very hot shower, for over 30 minutes with our system. Before we shut this thing down, I just want to show you how the turning off process works. So it's been running. We obviously have been changing the temperature with this dial. Man, still nice and toasty. And I'm gonna hit this button here. That's gonna turn off the inside ring, which is the infinity. And now the outside just turned on. This is going to add more fresh water, but you can turn that off immediately, and then you're done. So now this gallon of water that's been in the shower pan is going to drain to your gray water tanks, and you're ready to hit the road, and then the system's ready for your next shower whenever you want. Cheers.